The gorilla bins, you rent like a bunch of bins and then they deliver the bins.
Bin. Uh-oh, we both took a sip at the same time.
Oh, dead air. Fuck.
Did you see that clip? It was so good. This was a while back, but it was Tim and Micah's pod. Great hang.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
podcast.
great hang.
Friends of the pod.
Yeah,
Both
friends of the
guests.
pod. Also, Amy Poehler has a new podcast called Good Hang.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that so? But also, like, maybe Tim and Micah will get, like,
Yeah.
SEO because people
They
will,
might.
like, not remember what
Yeah.
the title is and type in Great Hang.
It's
I don't
like
know.
awesome hang, like pretty good hang.
Yeah. I know,
Nice
but
hang.
Tim and Micah are a great hang, and
They
Amy
are
Poehler's
great
only a
hang.
good one. So,
Yeah.
But anyway.
But there was this clip they put out where they drank at the same time on their pod. You should just go watch the clip because it's way funnier.
Yeah.
Because it's like Tim did it on purpose
To, like, piss Micah
to
off.
piss Micah
yeah.
off. And she gets so mad.
I know. Tim is just, like, a dumb rascal, and Micah is just, like, so mean to him.
I know.
And they have the most loving relationship of any comic couple I know.
I know. It's beautiful.
Every time I,
She's
like...
just roasting him nonstop.
Totally, yeah. Their, like, public persona is, like a 1950s marriage where
Yeah.
they hate each other.
Yeah.
And then... But, like, Micah is the, like, abusive husband. And then
Yeah.
Tim is the dumb wife. But, like, every time I, like glance at their phone and they're texting each other,
Yeah.
it's like, I love you so much, baby.
It's like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh,
I know,
swoosh.
it's
I know,
so
I see
funny.
it too.
It's so ridiculous.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns. Let's do it now. We keep
welcome.
having long ones.
I know, yeah. Like, the past couple of episodes, we've had, like, 10 minutes until
and
the
I've
intro
been like,
happens.
you can cut out as much of the intro
I know.
as you want.
I know. And I usually do.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns. It's a podcast about how stupid we are. Really looked at the camera.
Oh my God.
My name's Brittany Cardwell, Bertonis Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. And I'm looking into the camera if you can't tell. Go onto the YouTube. Honestly, we're close. We're kind of close to 1,000, which is when we can monetize.
Mm-hmm.
So you assholes being like, oh,
Yeah.
Patreon. Well, first of all, that costs money and time. And if we get our podcast even slightly monetized, it'll be more of an incentive. So please tell your friends to subscribe. Or if you're listening and you're not subscribed on the YouTube, just fucking go over to the YouTube and subscribe on all your Gmail accounts.
You don't even have to use it if you're not if you're not a visual person, which you should be, because you don't know what I'm doing now.
Uh-oh.
You have no
I'm not gonna
idea what I'm doing
gonna
now.
I'm not gonna say it. Oh shit, Brittany.
Can't
What
think
the
of
hell?
anything good.
Jesus Christ, calm down. What the fuck?
It was good though. If you aren't watching,
Brittany, settle down. What? Jesus Christ. You're on camera right now. Stop doing that.
yeah, follow us or whatever. Follow the Instagram. I don't know. Share a clip. You got any updates?
You should go.
Okay, this morning I'm ready.
You
I'm
always
ready.
have updates.
You know why I'm ready? Partly.
Why?
I didn't tell you this is one of my updates, so I'll just start with this.
Hell yeah.
You know how in the Artist Way we're supposed to be doing like, well, one of the weeks was like reading deprivation,
Yes.
which is like, I would love to do that.
Yeah, but
You
all
just don't
do
read
is
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
But all I do is read for my job, so I'm like,
Mhm.
I'd have to take an entire week's vacation
Yes.
to not read.
Totally.
So I'm just doing my own version of it. Did I tell you this?
No.
I'm just doing no TV, no social media except things I have to do,
Mhm.
like promo stuff.
Yeah.
And no news.
Nice.
And no reading I don't need to do outside
Yeah.
of work.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. It's been like 3 days and I feel completely different.
Hell yeah.
Maybe part of it is placebo, but I feel like it's just easier to think.
Yeah, that
Not,
makes
like,
sense.
Crammed with stuff.
Totally. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I put a timer on my social media on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
so I can only do it for like I don't know, like an hour a day or
Oh,
whatever.
nice.
And like that hour goes by fucking
Oh,
quick.
yeah, it does.
Because it's like anytime I'm on the toilet, that's at least 45 minutes
Yeah.
of TikTok, you
Mhm.
know. And that was a joke, but
Sorry, I was burping at the same time, so I was like kind of distracted.
but yeah, it goes by
Yeah,
fucking
45
quick,
minutes.
but it's been good. And I feel like that's like similar but not the same because I
Mhm.
take it up in other ways,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's been weird. It's like at the end of the night, I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just getting in bed now. Okay. Like, it feels crazy, but that's what I used to do, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Because of this, because I haven't seen the news, Dwayne is like telling me about things.
Oh my God, he's updating you on the girls are fighting?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Trump and Elon.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot. I want to know more. I'll know next week.
Totally.
I'm just going to binge all of next week. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to take work off to make up for all the reading I didn't do.
Yeah. There you go. And then you'll take a week off anyway.
Yeah. And he's also, we were just doing this as a bit, but I was like, just so you know, I'm not going to open any TikTok videos you send me. All right. And so I'm like having him describe them.
Typing out a long paragraph of
he left
the
voice
TikTok
note
is.
where he's like, so this is a dog running around and he keeps dunking his head in the mud.
That's so funny. Honestly, that sometimes I will I'll watch a documentary on the TV, but I'll do something like with my hands, like I'll draw or something, so I can't look at the TV.
So you're imagining it.
So I will put on there's this description for blind people who watch TV.
Yeah.
So I'll be like watching a
That's
documentary,
great.
and then it'll be like, a white woman with glasses in her 30s, sits at a table and writes.
This is so
and I'm
good.
like, I don't think I need to know this part, but it keeps me from glancing up.
Yeah. we kind of do the same thing. The reason he thought to do this is because when we go to sleep and he's looking at TikTok, sometimes I'll watch with him, but then once I take my contacts out, I can't see unless I'm an inch away from the phone.
Totally.
So then sometimes I'll just be like, I'm going to sleep. I can't see.
Yeah.
And then I'll hear something good and he's laughing. And I'm like, what's
Describe
happening?
it. Describe
so then
it.
He just describes the video to
Oh my
me.
God. I feel like an anthropologist should study this. This is so insane. Like there was a social media app where people just post videos of nothing. And it's gotten to the point where it's so important that your boyfriend has to describe it to you when you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's so absurd.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's one of my updates. My other update is short, but it was this morning. I was getting coffee before work, and I was coming back, and I had my little treats and stuff. And this lady stopped me, and she's like, "Hey," it seemed like it was gonna be something like, "Hey, I gotta let you know something important and urgent." And she was like, "Hey, it's free Dunkin' Day, just so you know."
So you already had your treats?
I already had my stuff.
And she was like, "It's free Dunkin' Day."
She was on
you
her way.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She saw your treats that you paid for, and he's like, "By the way."
Yeah.
Also, I would not want to go into a Dunkin' Donuts on free Dunkin' Day.
No, me either.
A Dunkin' Donuts is a fucking nightmare.
It's a nightmare when there's two people in there.
Yeah, when there's enough, when it's fully staffed.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So she stops me and she's like, it's free Dunkin' Day. She wasn't being like, you idiot. But it just did kind of feel like that for a second. And then she's like, yeah, she was telling me about free Dunkin', like she's so excited, but then she suddenly changed. She's like, but you gotta pay attention to your A1C. That's it, right?
What's
for
A1C?
Diabetes. It's like sugar levels.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's like what gets lowered by Ozempic or something.
Man.
And so then she's talking to me for 3 minutes about her A1C. I don't know this lady.
These are
just
my
a lady.
kinds of I know that I shouldn't use this term, but quote crazy people in New York.
Yeah.
Because, there's all different varieties of people like this in New York. Sometimes they're a little scary. Sometimes they just drone on and they're boring and you're too polite. My favorite ones are the ones who are like, I really gotta fucking talk to somebody about something. It was like that one time I was walking down my street and a guy comes out of a building. He's like, oh shit, look at that dog. Holy shit. I just got out of rehab. I just got out of rehab. I haven't done meth in 2 weeks. Anyway, the J train is this way.
I forgot.
Have a nice day. It was all that and it happened in 30 seconds. And I was like, bye, buddy. And then we were walking on the same street and he was walking really fast ahead of me. And I was like, you haven't done meth in 2 weeks?
So funny. Man, you know a guy who I think of a lot who was one of those guys for you? Only he was a little scary, I think, was the guy who was like, happy belated election day, sweetheart.
I know. It's literally...
I just say that to Dwayne randomly.
It's literally midnight and I'm walking my dog, a woman alone on the street. I walk by a guy and he's like, happy belated. Also, he starts talking when I'm already past him.
Yeah.
You know that kind of like
that guy's common.
Yeah, it's like like I don't know.
Way too far. You took way too long to think about it.
Totally. And it's almost as if I think that guys who do that are protecting their own feelings because they'll be like, happy belated election day, sweetheart. And then if you don't respond, they're like, I guess she didn't hear me.
Yeah.
It's not because
she would have
being weird to a woman on the street at night. It's like,
yeah,
it's so crazy. Yeah, happy belated election day, sweetheart is one for the books.
Man,
but anyway.
It is so fun. You never know what one it's going to be.
I know.
This lady was very positive. I mean, even when she was talking about her A1C, then she started telling me about how many cookies she'll eat. And I'm like, I get it. And I kept thinking the conversation was ending. Also, halfway through the conversation, I thought it was over. So I had already started to move past, like further apart.
Yeah.
And then she starts talking again. So now we're talking to each other so far away from each other. I
love that.
And I'm like, should I move back in?
Yeah. No, you got to keep you got to step away slowly until she's like, so my A1Cs, they go up a lot when I eat cookies.
I guess she didn't hear me.
Yeah. God, I love, honestly, I'll talk to anybody on the street. Anyone. Yeah. I love talking to people on the street.
It's really great.
Yeah. Or on the train or whatever. It's amazing. Yeah. I love talking to fucking strangers who are just a little bit unhinged.
Oh, yeah.
It's like one of my favorite things to do.
Uh-huh. I feel like we both get a lot of them.
Yeah, totally. When I walk my dog, I have a lot of people like comment on her. Like the other day it was nighttime. Dave and I went to like the bodega to get some like seltzers or something. And I was just like waiting outside the bodega with Betty. And a guy walks up and he's like, oh shit. People do that to my dog all the time. They're like, holy shit. Look at her skin.
Look at her skin?
Because she's like.
It's her fur.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, fur? Yeah.
It's definitely her fur. Yeah. No, you know.
Lizard?
Lizard? The little geckos or whatever. I don't know.
Never mind.
I'm a fucking idiot.
I'll look it up. I'll report back later. Yeah, it's fur. It's fur.
Yeah. He was like, oh shit, look at her fur. What kind of dog is that? And I was like, I don't know. She's some kind of pit mix. And they're like, damn, where'd you get her? And I was like, oh, at a rescue. And he's like, damn, that's fucking crazy. And then Betty like looks at him and he's like, oh, don't worry. I'm not like people act like my dog. Like Betty's so afraid of people, but because she's like a pit bull with cropped ears, people think that she's standing there like this.
Yeah.
Like getting ready, like rolling up her sleeves to fight them.
Like she's acting like, you know how a dad will just stand behind a daughter in a movie when a guy's picking her up to go on a date?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Just like looking like aggressive. And
people think that's Betty, but Betty is so afraid of everything. If the wind blew, she'd be like, oh, fuck.
Betty. Man.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I interrupted your story about that lady.
I think that was it. Yeah, that's it.
Wonderful news. Fantastic news.
I loved it. As soon as we parted ways, I was like, story for the pod.
Oh, God.
Man. I'm afraid like I'm going to see her again and not remember her because she was wearing sunglasses and a mask, you know?
Well, because she is keeping track of her A1Cs.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think so.
A1Cs. Yeah. I've never heard of it before. I'm making it up.
It's diabetes related, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should we get into her? I don't know. I don't have any updates. I don't think.
Well, we're getting lizard shirts after this.
That's true.
Or
we are
tomorrow.
We have to talk about when we went to go see the lizard thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, so in our studio, there's a place called the Gecko King or a guy.
Gecko
Gallery.
I called it Lizard King. I knew it wasn't right.
Like and the Tiger King?
Then I was going to be like, wait, no, Lizard Lords. Like as a bit.
The Lizard Liege. The Regal Reptile.
Yeah.
So there's a place called the Gecko Gallery, and they had like a grand opening party thing the last time we recorded. Mm-hmm. And so after the pod, Brittany and I went in to go just like check it out. And there were some fucking lizards in there.
Oh, man.
And there was a guy. Okay, so it was like a lot of people with their kids, which makes sense. I didn't even think of that as like a kind of person who would go to the Gecko Gallery. But it makes the most sense that it would be children and their parents. Yeah,
it does make sense. But I guess I only imagine me and you ever being there.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Same.
That's the kind of person I think
exactly. I know. I'm like, it's just like weird girls who pick up rocks and look under them, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what other person would be going to look at geckos
in their pockets?
Yeah. I'm like, kids don't have any money. How would they get in? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But so we were in there looking at shit. It was fantastic.
Oh, it was amazing.
So many. I highly recommend, get a ticket, go to the Gecko Gallery.
Yeah.
If you're in New York.
I'll post a bunch on the carousel.
Yeah, I have a bunch of pictures too. But there was one guy who was in there and he had a cup of red wine for some reason. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He's like this German dude. And me and Brittany were like looking at so they're all like they're all probably like 20 gallon enclosures or 30 gallon enclosures. And then like it's like a terrarium setup and the lizards are always hiding in them. So you have to like,
or they're camouflage.
Totally. It's like, where's Waldo? You know, like looking for the lizards. And this guy, he kept being like, oh, he's right over there, over there. And then we're like, oh shit. And I was like, damn, he did it so much.
He did it so much.
And I was like, I kind of want to find him myself.
He was
buddy.
taking away the fun.
Yeah.
Didn't I even say, I think after that, I was like, I bet he's pretty good at Where's Waldo.
Yeah, probably.
No, I was going to ask him that or something. But I was like.
That would have been so funny if you asked him if he was good at Where's Waldo. Like he opens the book and he's like, there.
Yeah.
There. Like he goes through it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got like a world record set for Where's Waldo sightings.
Where's Waldo?
Where's
Waldo? But yeah, I was like, damn, dude, you're really good at this.
It was like a really fun game.
Yeah, it is fun to like look for them. But the guy who like pointed out many lizards to us, he was like, I was like, damn, you're really good at this. And he's like, well, I've studied these animals for a long time. And I was like, okay, brag.
He's at the opening. It's so funny.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's a new lizard shop opening up. He goes
to all the other shops. It's too easy now. He's done them too many times.
I know. Yeah, he's like, oh, finally a new one.
Yeah.
But yeah, those lizards were fucking cool.
Man,
dude.
I'm so excited to see them again. We didn't get to see all of them.
Yeah.
It's a small room.
Yeah, and it's also like you spend a lot of time at each lizard because you look for them.
And you go, that one's smiling at me. He winked.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, nobody else in there was doing that.
Look at that
really.
one. His body's all smashed against the glass. Look how he looks against the glass. That's probably in one of our videos.
Definitely. Dude, 100%. I'm like, oh, look at where he stuck to it. But we, so it's just like kind of hard to look at every lizard. And we're also going somewhere after, I forget. I think it was Live from Outer Space, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So go to the Gecko Gallery. It fucking rules. I love it over there.
Man. Are they going to open more museums here?
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of museums.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Also, I'm moving in less than a month now.
Yeah.
I haven't booked my Gorilla Bins yet.
Gorilla Bins.
I don't know if you're a long time listener.
She probably talked about this 2 years ago.
Yeah, I talked about this exactly 2 years ago.
For a few episodes.
And I talk about my bins and how my bins are coming and how there's going to be bins in my apartment. And the bins, they make your life a lot easier. It's way better than getting boxes to move, but then you have bins in your apartment. So the bins, the Gorilla Bins, you rent like a bunch of bins and then they deliver the bins.
Bin. I feel like this happened too. We should re-listen to that ep.
Yeah.
And see if we say the same thing.
Dude, 100%.
Are you you?
Are you you? So the bins, they deliver the bins to your apartment and then you move the bins or you get movers to move the bins and then they pick them up from your second apartment.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like find boxes and shit to put all your stuff in.
I can't wait to use those someday.
Dude, it's incredible. And it's like for enough bins for a 1-bedroom apartment, it's like $150, which is like not bad at all for like moving costs in New York.
You can pay a lot for boxes.
Yeah. And also then you have to like get rid of them and you have to like tape them up. These are like big, and you keep going, bins.
Should I save these boxes?
I know.
You spent so much time getting
boxes.
boxes.
And then the next time you move, you're like, I should have saved those fucking boxes. But who has room for boxes in New York? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so the bins fucking rule.
Man. It's like they paid us to talk about the Gorilla Bins.
But Gorilla Bins, if you're listening, please sponsor us.
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate for Gorilla Bins, truly.
Is this just a New York thing?
I have no idea. It's a really good question.
We should reach out to them.
Yeah, and be like, please sponsor
Gorilla
our
Bins.
podcast.
Let's only sponsor companies that either are animals or have animal names.
Yeah, Gorilla
I
Bins.
think that's a good
Gecko Gallery
map for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
What else? Let's see.
Catbird
is a jewelry company.
Oh, I thought
go.
you were making stuff up.
No, it's
I
real.
thought you were just gonna say a couple animal names and go. If you're out there,
yeah. Chili raspora. Is a kind of fish, but if there's a company, we'll sponsor you.
We got Allie into naming fish again.
That's actually how I started talking about this. Careful, what the fuck happened?
My shorts got all weird. I had to adjust, and then I don't know. I don't know how to use this couch. Suddenly, I don't know how to use this couch I've been using. Am I having a stroke or something?
I really feel like I blinked and I heard you fall, so I have no idea what.
I just tilted it back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I just heard some ruckus as soon as I blinked, and I opened my eyes, and you're fine. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It was really.
We needed that narrative going for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
Brittany, a woman is sitting on the couch in a plaid shirt.
She has bangs, and she falls a little bit.
She appears to be adjusting her shorts.
But yeah, I've been since I'm moving soon, I found a fish store that's near my new apartment in Ridgewood.
The fish thing's gonna happen so soon.
I know, bro. I have been.
Man, I wasn't even thinking about that. I asked you about
looking at
moving
fish tanks
the other day. And I didn't even think, she must be excited about the fish tank.
I'm so excited about the fish tank. It's going to be a big cost, though. That's
going to be upstairs?
That's the thing. I think we have to set up the apartment, and then, so it can't be near a window.
Oh, okay.
Because that will just, create excess algae. And also, it's harder to regulate the temperature.
Yeah.
Because for the fish that I'm going to get, you need a heater.
Mm-hmm.
But the heaters don't also cool down the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it can't be near a window, and the upstairs is kind of small. So maybe the downstairs, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
so then it would be in your room.
I know. And I'd hear that water filter all night.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so excited. I know exactly what I'm going to get. And I found. Okay, so this is, sorry.
This is just so funny because when most people are thinking I'm about to be in my new place, they're setting up their interior decoration. But you're only doing that for your tank. I'm all fish tanks
up here, baby. Yeah. I'm only thinking about my fish tank.
You know what rocks you want.
Bro,
you know what plants.
Aqua soil. I'm going to get Java moss, hornwort, pearlweed. Hornwort. Yeah, they all sound weird, like witches stuff. And I'm going to get a bunch of shrimps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get a bunch of chili rasboras, or if I can find them, celestial pearl danios.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really
those
cool.
Sound fun.
Yeah, they're
danios.
So sick.
He just sounds like a fun, loose guy in college.
Yeah, totally. You know? And they're all literally this big
mm-hmm.
because I'm going to have a tiny little tank with tiny little fish in it. Bro, I'm so fucking pumped.
It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, I'm
the
so
light
excited.
Reflecting off their scales.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And dude, I've been watching. If you look at my YouTube algorithm, it's all aquascaping videos
mm-hmm.
of guys aquascaping or videos of guys going to crazy fish stores in North Korea South Korea.
Just going, whoa!
Yeah, and being like, wow, look at this huge albino pleco.
Yeah.
It's being sold for 7,000 won here, but it's just
Remember when we were at Katrina's and you were showing me and Dave all these guys going to aquariums and looking at fish tanks.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because of the way it was set up at the time, that was on, but it was on mute.
Yes.
And some chill music was playing.
Yeah.
Lo-fi beats type of music.
Yeah. And we were all hanging out with the
mm-hmm. video
on.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, guys.
And so it just almost looked like a mood video where it's just a guy pretending to talk about fish.
Yeah. Totally.
It looked ridiculous.
I follow that guy.
It took me forever to be like, oh, it's just a video on with music.
No. Actually, it's not a video with music. It's that there was music playing.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Music
okay.
was playing separately.
I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and the guy's that's a Dutch guy. His YouTube handle is MJ Aquascaping.
Follow him.
And I follow him. You should follow him too.
Follow the Gecko
Gallery.
The Gecko CEO. It's not a good one. Cut!
Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about fish tanks because I'll talk about it. It's so boring for people who don't care about fish tanks. But I'm so excited,
Just use
bro.
your imagination. It's fun.
I'm so fucking excited, dude.
I'm excited.
There's like there's a fish store within 20 minutes of me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm really curious what Betty will think about these fish.
I feel like Betty won't care at all.
She might care about the attention going to them, but she won't really understand it.
Yeah. She'll be like, I don't know. I feel like in her mind, if she doesn't like connect that they're animals, which I don't think she will.
Yeah.
Also, they won't be like at her eye level. You know what I mean? If she doesn't connect that they're animals, she'll just think that we have a second TV.
Yeah.
Because like I pay a lot of it
on your TV anyways.
Yeah, totally. It's that, or I'm playing like Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Anyway, we should get into our stupid stories.
Let's do it. Do you want to go first?
I talked for a long time.
Okay.
You should go first.
All right. I'm gonna tell some stupid stories about my little brother.
Hell yeah.
Casey, who works for American Airlines.
That's right.
Have you seen the rehearsal yet?
I have only watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay. You gotta watch it.
I know that it gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
But
because we gotta talk about it. But so you know the focus on the pilot communication stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So you know enough where what I'm gonna say makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That all continues. There's like this whole thing. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
But so, me and Dwayne, my brother hasn't seen it, which is I'm
crazy.
like, you have to watch
Does he
this.
like Nathan Fielder's stuff?
I'm pretty sure he liked Nathan For You. Like me, him, and my older brother watched a bunch of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he would maybe like it, even though this is a lot different from Nathan For You. But
yeah, that's true.
Me and Dwayne, I guess it was when we went to Austin last week. Man, it feels like forever ago. But it's so funny because of that show. Now pilots feel like celebrities.
Wow, that's
like
so
you're in the
funny.
airport feeling like you're sighting people. And then we got off our plane and then we saw our 2 pilots walking together.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost like wanting to know about their lives more.
Yeah. And you're like, I wonder what their working relationship is like.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder how it went in there for them.
Yeah.
Like, are they getting along, you know?
It's so
they
crazy.
seem to be getting along right now. But it's just weird how quickly it changed.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at every pilot I saw in the airport. But anyway, why did I start talking about that? Oh, because my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs to watch it. Brother flies for American Airlines, and I'm only saying that because it feels so serious, and I'm about to tell such stupid stories about him.
Totally. Your younger brother, he works for American Airlines, and your older brother works in lasers. I found out.
Yeah, lasers.
Does he work in lasers? Isn't that true? Didn't you tell me that?
He works in lasers, and
I'm sure working in lasers is reductive for whatever sciencey shit he does.
Totally.
I was just shocked to hear that he works in lasers.
Man, he'll tell me stuff sometimes where he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get these molecules to jump. He's like, I'm getting these molecules to line up on this one pole.
Oh my God.
And apparently it was a huge deal that he got them to line up at this company. Like they spent months trying to do this.
Oh my God.
But I don't know what that does or why it's important.
Yeah.
I think molecules is even the wrong word.
Atoms?
Probably atoms.
Quarks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so Casey, my little brother, this is just stuff from our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because it's like we still do it to him to this day.
Hell
it's
yeah.
like our family is constantly roasting each other.
Yeah.
And I think it is one of our biggest ways of showing love.
Totally. That makes sense.
We're not that good at that. But when Casey was a kid, so there's this one moment between the family that has stuck with us our entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, we used to go camping every summer in Oregon, Cottage Grove Lake, which is where my parents grew up and met and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like this tiny lake. It's really not that great, but we'd go every year and it was nice. And a lot of their family was there. So it'd be like all the cousins got together and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on our way there. We're in the car and we look out the window and there's like this field that has a bunch of lambs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Casey, I don't know, he's probably like 7 or maybe even 5. He's young.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really that roastable when you're young. But we were doing it.
Yeah, but the way that you roast kids like that is you're like, you have a stinky butt. Your butt stinks. That's what I say to every kid in my family. I'm like, oh my God, what is that smell? Oh my God, Aiden, do you have a stinky butt? And then they're like, no!
Or Nathan, like back to Nathan Fielder in Nathan For You. There's that one episode where they're trying to sell toys to kids.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, you only don't have this toy if you're a baby.
I know, yeah.
It's like another way to like
babies. Yeah.
They hate being told they're a baby. Anyway, we're driving to the campsite, and we pass this like field of lambs, and Casey's looking out the window, and he just goes, he's real serious. He's like, "Oh, look at the lambs laying down, eating grass."
What a weirdly adult thing to say.
It's so funny. And he was like so like wistful about it.
Yeah.
And the whole family just started like cracking up laughing.
It
and
sounds
we made
like
fun of him for the rest of his life for
that's
that.
so
we say
funny.
it to him every time we're all together. Something will come up and we'll be like, "Oh, look at the lambs laying down eating grass."
It sounds like he's like having nostalgia for his previous life or something. It's so insane for a 5-year-old to say.
Yeah, and then recently, I think the reason I wrote that down is because recently we were hanging out. I don't remember when, but like in the last year or so, we were all driving together. He's looking out the window, and he goes, "Oh, look at the tractors all lined up."
He has not changed at all. He hasn't changed at
and
all
then,
in like 30 years.
We all heard it, and there was a pause, and then we go, "Oh, look at your lamb!" It's just so ridiculous. Dude. And then the other thing about him, I mean, there's so much, but I'm just going to tell you two. He, as a kid, he was like really, really obsessed with eating sweets. I mean, a lot of kids are. Candy,
totally,
brownies, cookies, and stuff. But he was like really, really over the top, only wanted to eat candy.
Yeah.
And it was always a problem. And then our parents would be mad because he wouldn't eat the real dinner and everything. And he'd be like, "I won't like this." And, you know, and he would do things like me and my older brother would have to babysit him. And we wouldn't let him have a brownie because we knew our parents were going to come home and he'd have to eat. And it's like they were telling us, like, don't let him eat any candy or brownies. And then we would do that. And then he'd like cry. He'd throw like a huge tantrum. He was older too at this point. Like,
like 18.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, he, even through his 20s, there'd be times where he'd think that we ate his brownie or something, and he'd get so pissed. Like, he'd give us a silent treatment. So it's still, I think, a thing he's working on.
That's so fucking funny.
But he would, so when we were young, he like would call our parents. Well, first, before we had phones, he'd write a note. Remember doing this with your siblings, with your brother? I don't know if you did, but it'd be like, "You're being babysat, and one of you didn't like what happened during the babysitting."
Oh, yes.
So then you write a letter to mom and dad.
Totally.
And you're like, "Dear mom and dad, Drew wouldn't let me, and Brittany wouldn't let me have any brownies." And he's writing like an essay about how we didn't let him have a brownie.
It's like writing to your local congressperson.
That's pretty much it. If we handed him a treat, like a brownie or a Pop-Tart, and it was broken, he would refuse to eat it.
What the hell? Why? What an insane thing to do.
He thought it was like lesser than or something.
God, that's so weird. What a fucking freak. These are the people flying your planes, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone. Audience.
They don't ask you about stuff like this. That's not part of the hiring process.
Of becoming a pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't go, "Can you emotionally regulate when you're not allowed to have a brownie?"
That's why all these plane crashes happen.
Yeah.
This is just the rehearsal all over again. I'll get into my stupid story. It's kind of quick. So, this is also a camping story. So I went camping with my cousins. So I had a cousin who was my age, my cousin Scott. Yeah. And then his neighbor, who grew up next to him, her name was Rachel, and she was also our age. So the three of us hung out like a lot when we were kids. And Rachel's mom, like, all of our parents were friends, obviously, because, like, you know, Scott's mom is my aunt.
Yeah.
And so, like, obviously my mom and my aunt know each other. And then, like, Nancy was her name, was Rachel's mom. And so like they would hang out and we would hang out and whatever. And like there was one time we went on a camping trip and we went with like a guy that Nancy was dating or something like that. And like he was really into like kayaking and shit.
Yeah.
This might have been a day trip or it might have been camping, but I forget. Anyway, he had 2 sons who were older. Yeah. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like so excited to like go on this trip with these older boys. I was probably
gonna ride on the back of a jet ski with them or something.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I was probably like 13 and they were probably like 16, 17.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, romance.
Yeah.
And in their mind, they're like, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they definitely wanted nothing to do with me, but it was my mission to impress them, obviously. So we go on this like camping trip where I think it was a trip, but we were there for like a couple of days and maybe we were in a cabin. I really forget. But anyway, I do remember this next part of the story. So we like this guy who's dating Nancy.
Incoming memory.
Yeah, yeah, it's humiliating. So like the guy who's dating Nancy and the sons are very outdoorsy. They love like camping and hiking and kayaking and fucking like rock climbing and all this shit. So they know exactly what to do. Yeah. Meanwhile, you know, I've never done that shit before in my entire life. So they're teaching us how to kayak and we're like all out in kayaks in this huge lake. And I am so afraid of the water. I hate it so much. It's like brown water where you can't see the bottom at all. And it's just like so terrifying. And I'm bad at like I'm trying to like push with the paddles and I'm really bad at that.
13.
I'm 13 and I'm like horrible at doing that. So I keep getting water in the boat.
Yeah.
And like we're going down like a river, we're going around a pond or something. So it's like a group of us all moving together, right? And like I'm like at the end and my kayak keeps filling up with water.
Oh, you're in a single kayak?
Yeah, everybody's has their own kayak. Yeah. Because I think we rented them or something.
Yeah.
And so like everybody's in their own kayak and I'm like lagging behind and it's just filling up with the water and I'm so embarrassed that I'm bad at kayaking that I'm not telling anybody.
Yeah.
Right? So then my kayak is like this in the water. It's like like slanted in the water and I'm like and somebody looks back and they're like, Allie, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know what happened. And so like in order to get back to empty water out of a kayak, I don't think that you can actually do it while you're in the water. You know what I mean? I think you have to like get out of the water and be able to lift it up and shit. But we're like kind of at a place where it's like you can't really get on shore because like the shore is all like woods and like leaves and it's like grass and it's just like impossible to get out. So like we go over to like the shore kind of and I can't stand there at all.
Yeah.
And my boat keeps like sinking down and sinking down and sinking down. And like this guy, this random, like basically stranger to me, because he's like, he's like Nancy's boyfriend or whatever, like Nancy's adult boyfriend. And like
adult boyfriend.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you're a kid and somebody has like a boyfriend, but they're like weird. 40 and you're like, what the fuck?
It doesn't make sense when you're a kid. Like, it doesn't. Boyfriend doesn't seem like a thing. Yeah, totally. But now we are that age and we have boyfriends and girlfriends. Yeah. It's like, but like when you're 13, you're like, what the fuck? Aren't you supposed to be married or alone forever? Yeah. So I like, I forget like what happens exactly, but my kayak is so close to the bottom of the water that the guy is like, get into my kayak and I'll get into yours. And I'll figure this out. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm like very afraid of getting in the water. There's a lot of like, we're in this part of the water that has like sticks and branches and I'm like afraid of shit touching my feet. Yeah, just like slime. And I'm like, there might be snapping turtles. There's like big, huge spiders like in the leaves and shit. Yeah. And so like my kayak is like almost sunk all the way down to the bottom. So I'm like pretty much fully submerged. Yeah. And I'm like hanging on to this kayak, trying to get into this guy's kayak, this like random adult who I don't know at all. And I'm like a 13-year-old goth child, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. And his 2 sons are sitting there. And like, I try getting in the kayak and I'm like pulling myself up and the guy's like trying to pull me up and my pants fall down. Because
Oh my God.
my pants get caught on the fucking like leaves or the like sticks and shit in the water.
Yeah.
So I'm just like butt out.
You just got pants.
Just like butt out in this.
Oh, underwear down too?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
In this strange man's kayak. Also like unable.
And you're a goth 13-year-old.
Yeah.
When you said that just before,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, my whole picture of this is
It's
so much
way
funnier.
different. Yeah, no, I'm a goth teenager. Full
Yeah.
eyeliner. I probably have like a choker collar on. One of those like weird kinky collars.
Yeah.
And I'm like ass out trying to get into this and also too weak to pull myself like into the fucking kayak. And like I'm just like losing my mind and like I'm just like I got like my butt out and there's these two hot teenage boys like watching and they're not even laughing. They're just embarrassed for me.
Oh,
you could just tell that they're also humiliated
man.
that this is happening to me.
Laughing would have been so much better.
I know, yeah. If they were laughing at me,
yeah.
looking back now, I would feel better.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.
But instead, they were like, Jesus
They were like,
Christ,
this has to end.
can she get it together? Like, it was so horrible. So I get into this guy's kayak. I retrieve my pants from the water.
Also, just knowing, like, man, at 13, like, that would be so funny if it happened to one of us now. We would be laughing at ourselves.
Totally.
And everyone would be laughing with us, and it would be,
I know.
I want it to happen.
But I was losing. I was so.
Yeah, when
I
you're
was
13,
so upset. It was so horrible.
It's already so stressful. You're already, like,
Yeah.
for forever being like, I'm bad at kayaking.
Totally.
And I don't feel like I feel stupid around these people.
Yeah.
And then your butt's out.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm like trying to get out and I'm also like, I'm like crying because I'm like embarrassed and scared.
Yeah.
Because like, of course, like everybody else has swimsuits on, but since I'm goth, I have like, you know, goth clothes on in the fucking lake. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was so ridiculous, dude. It was so insane. I don't even know how we got out of that situation. Actually, maybe the guy got out of the kayak and just stood up.
Yeah. And just dump
Yeah, I think he was able to stand up and just dump it out. Because I was like, you know, I'm short now, but I must have been way shorter then.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I was just like hanging on the side of this strange man's kayak, ass out, goth as hell.
And you're like, what's an adult boyfriend?
Yeah, and I'm like,
What's that mean?
why does Nancy have a boyfriend? She's like 40.
Man, that's so good.
So, I don't know. When people are like, Dave is always like, I love camping. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I don't want to fucking go camping. That's insane. Sorry, Maxim.
I do like it.
Maxim is from Colorado, and you know how those people are.
Oh, those people.
They want to live outside, basically.
Yeah.
Have
you not gone camping as an adult?
No, never gone camping as an adult. I went in high school once, but that was just because camping was just an excuse to have sex with my boyfriend in a tent.
Yeah. Yeah. It is also different now. Like, I love camping, but it feels different when it's like, I'm sick of drinking. And camping is a lot of just drinking around the fire.
Totally, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why alcohol was invented, because people had to sleep outside.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
Anyway.
Should we get to our postie? Wow, look at the timing on this pod. We're doing well.
I know. Bing, bang, boom.
And it's nothing we did. It's just a coincidence, really. It's just luck.
God, I'm still reeling from thinking about that. I haven't thought about that in so long.
I just have a picture of you with your butt out.
I'm so humiliated.
It won't go away. I opened this up. I started looking at my phone, but I still was just thinking about you with your butt out and your goth makeup.
I know. I have like pink hair.
Yeah.
And like basically raccoon makeup on.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, somebody please help. I'm like crying because there's spiders in the water. God. So insane.
Okay. Wait. We definitely didn't do this, right? No, we did something else. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to participate in my boyfriend's family's bizarre... Oh, God. My boyfriend's family's bizarre orange tradition. That's what happens when you don't read for a week. I've been reading though.
You forget.
Yeah. My boyfriend and I have been together a while now, but I hadn't met his family until a week ago when they invited us to stay at their house. I was very excited to meet his parents for the first time. They were super sweet when I got there. Both of them are lovely people, and we all get along well. Okay.
Great.
Good.
Hell yeah.
It's the start of any movie. Things are going well.
It's the start of any horror movie.
Yeah. They gave us free reign to do whatever. But the one thing they insisted on was that we join them for their tradition of eating oranges as a family on Saturday morning. They grow their own oranges and have been doing this since my boyfriend was a kid. So he's especially thrilled to share this tradition with me as a rite of passage. This is kind of nice. This sounds nice.
This feels creepy to me.
It's a little weird, but it's like nice to have a family moment on the weekend.
It feels kind of like Get Out, where it's like, would you like to join our tradition of eating oranges as a family? You know what I mean?
I think when it's pitched that way, it sounds weird. Like,
yeah.
It's our tradition, and
also
you're being initiated.
Our tradition of eating oranges. Yeah. Not like a tradition of like, we go fishing on Easter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not that. It's like, we grow our own oranges and we eat them together as a family.
So the morning came and his mom brought in some fresh oranges from the garden. We sat at the table and I was getting ready to peel my orange when I saw my boyfriend's mom bite into her orange like it was an apple.
What the fuck?
With the peel still on. I was so stunned when I saw my boyfriend and his dad do the same thing with their oranges as if it were totally... I'm just saying it now. I saw the Friendship movie last weekend.
Oh, yeah?
And so I'm thinking of Tim Robinson.
You're doing Tim Robinson impression.
God, it was so funny. You got to see it. I'll rewatch it.
Sorry, I'm trying to open my seltzer.
At one point, this is not important to the movie, so I'm going to spoil anything. But at one point, he goes, "Ow, I got water on me."
God, I love that so fucking stupid guy.
I know. Okay, so after saying multiple times that I'd rather peel it, and the family, including the boyfriend, pushing back.
What the fuck?
Are they just shaking their heads? No.
Is this fear factor?
She starts to peel and they go.
They're like,
They go and grab knives.
Yeah.
Like,
now we have to kill you. You didn't eat the orange the right way.
This was the test. Will she peel?
I know. It does feel like a fucking test.
Yeah.
It feels like fear factor.
It does.
They're like, do it.
Yeah.
Like,
because she's not being told. So it's like.
Yeah, it's weird to be like, oh, we eat it with the peel on for this reason. It's a tradition because, way back in the day when people would farm oranges, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, if there was a way that it made sense, then I would be like, oh, okay, who cares?
Yeah. And maybe if, like, you can actually eat the orange fully with the skin, you get something.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It's fun. It's a fun, weird competition.
Yeah.
There's no harm, but you don't have to eat the skin if you can't do it.
Totally.
I don't know. Maybe I'll invite that into my family if I ever had one. But mine's a competition. I put the orange back on the table and said, though I appreciate the gesture, I personally feel uncomfortable eating oranges that way, and I'd rather not participate.
Okay, that's also weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, if it's just an orange peel. Am I being crazy?
You mean it's weird that she didn't try and eat the orange peel?
Or it's weird to be like, no, I feel uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
It's
saying
like,
I'm uncomfortable is weird.
It's also, and refusing. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like a weird thing to put your foot down on. You put orange peel in everything. Like there's orange zest in a bunch of things. You've eaten orange peel before.
Eating a whole peel is a lot, though.
I guess so.
Sometimes they're real thick, too.
Totally. But I feel like there's way more orange than there is peel.
Oh, so you can mix it up.
So it's like the peel is bitter and the orange is sweet. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try this.
You've done this now.
I'm going to try this.
Okay. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was uncomfortable, but I would be like, hey, I don't want to eat the peel.
Really? Oh. I guess like...
I mean, maybe I might have a bite,
whatever.
But I wouldn't be like, I'm going to eat the whole peel.
Yeah, I think I would definitely take at least one bite.
I would take a bite.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would take one bite and then see how I feel about it and then judge how to eat the rest of the orange based on that.
Yes. But I'm not just going to eat a whole orange. I'm like almost going to gag thinking about eating.
Really?
Well, because I am thinking about it alone, not thinking about
the
mixing
peel
it
alone.
with the
Yeah,
orange.
totally.
Yeah.
There's a subreddit called Shower Orange.
Oh.
Where people are like, you got to eat an orange in the shower. It's
that sounds good.
It's great because you could just get the orange juice everywhere on you and you don't have to worry about it because you're in the
That's
shower.
Why.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like cold
I
orange,
eat oranges in
hot
the shower.
And then it's just people being like, and getting it like all over their face and shit and being like, it's the best way to eat an orange, bro. It's so,
That's so funny.
Like, I love Reddit for that reason. Reddit has its problems, but Reddit is fantastic for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Where it's like, one guy was like, people gotta know about this.
Yeah.
And it's a whole community based off of the stupidest thing that you've ever heard in your entire life.
That's so funny.
You gotta eat it in the shower, man.
That's hilarious.
Anyway.
That is why I stopped eating oranges for like years, because I just couldn't handle getting it all over me.
Totally. That makes sense.
Things were tense after that, and we left the next day. When we got home...
Things were tense? What the fuck?
When we got home, my boyfriend chewed me out for being rude and embarrassing him and his family.
Oh.
He said I should have just eaten the orange the right way, since his parents were gracious to let me stay with them.
Oh.
I can see his point, and I apologize for causing any hurt. I really do like his family and think they're great people, but I stand by my decision to opt out of the orange tradition. He feels I could have compromised, and I feel that I should be able to eat things how I want. It's a silly squabble in the grand scheme of things, but my boyfriend and I are really at odds about who's in the wrong and would love an outside opinion.
Wow.
Is this our first time meeting them?
Yeah. I think she said it in the post earlier. What are the comments?
Oh, yeah.
I have to know what people think about this, because I could see both things. Like, I could go either direction, right? I could, like, I don't know. On one hand, it's like, just eat the fucking peel, man. Just take one bite of the peel.
Yeah.
To, like, I don't know, like, sometimes people, like, are weird. I mean, I know that this isn't a cultural thing. This is just something a family does. But sometimes people are weird about cultural things because they're like, it's weird because I've never done it before.
I'm not taking my shoes off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just like,
they think it's
like,
gay.
fucking relax, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. What are people in the comments saying?
Well, it's just funny because I guess one of the edits was like, people are asking, are these like real oranges or something that just looks like an orange?
What the fuck?
And then she's like, they, as far as I can tell, they're real oranges. They have thick skin and everything. And then she even posted a picture of the orange trees from her boyfriend's family's backyard. And the caption is, BF's orange trees.
Wow, they're beautiful.
They are really pretty. Man. What are the other comments?
It's also weird to have somebody come over and like invite somebody over and then be like, well, you have to bite into this orange because I let you stay here. It's like, well, maybe I wouldn't have stayed here if you told me I had to bite into an orange peel.
You told me it was conditional on eating an orange peel.
Totally.
Or maybe I would have been like, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I know. It could really go either way.
Yeah.
But either way, this is the dumbest fucking thing.
This Airbnb, we don't charge. We just ask that you eat an orange peel.
In front of us.
Yeah.
Any eggs you eat, you have to have the shell on them.
Yeah. I don't know. The comments are like, that reminds me of this movie, and your boyfriend never mentioned what the tradition was. Presumably, this is just normal to them. The word presumably in a comment on Reddit is funny to me. I don't know. It's like so serious.
It's also just classic like Reddit behavior. Presumably.
On the one hand, could be that this. On the other hand, say, for example, albeit. That's in Reddit posts all the time. There's like specific Reddit like technical language.
Totally. People on Reddit write like they are a character in a book.
Yeah.
Like, and they're describing their story.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about it? What would you do? I would do
what I said. I would try it, and then I would be like, I don't want to eat any more peel.
Yeah.
If I didn't like it.
Yeah. But it's funny that like,
sorry if this is how you get into the family, but I can't eat an orange peel every Saturday.
Yeah, I know. It's also just like,
I'd bring a doctor's note. Eventually, I'd be like,
I can't have citrus. Can't have citrus.
Yeah.
Like, it's also just like weird that it was 10. I'm too much of a people pleaser to not do it. That's the thing. I like, she stood her ground, and whether or not, I don't know. I can't speak to whether or not that's right, but she stood her ground and that's what she wanted to do. I'm way too much of a people pleaser to be like, I'm not fucking eating that. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll eat it. I've eaten things that I know I'm allergic to because I'm embarrassed not to eat them. Man. And like, I don't know. It's just like so crazy. And it's crazy that it got tense after.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, I guess you have to leave now. Like, what the fuck?
It's so weird.
So insane.
I would eat it. I'd be way more likely to eat the whole thing if they told me exactly what the reasoning was, like you said before. Like, And I'd be asking that. I'd be like, why do you guys do this? Like, what's it for? And then if they had something where I thought it was like really fun and interesting, or I bought into it for whatever reason, then I'd be more likely to eat more.
Or if like it meant something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like if they were like, there's
it represents this
father and my father's father. We're like, you know how Native Americans use the whole animal? We use the whole orange.
Yeah.
Like if it's something like that, I'd be like, sure.
Yeah. Or if they're like, it's like some kind of, it's good for you, like because of the fiber. And so, I don't know, in our culture, we like, that's something important. And
we poop a lot.
And it's become a fun family thing, but it started as this like health thing. I don't know. Something. Anything. I would believe anything.
I know. Yeah, just make up a lie.
Make it up on the spot. I'll eat
Honestly,
more peel.
I'll do anything if you just make up a lie and tell me it's for a reason. I'm like, okay, sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I guess I gotta do that now.